This is urgent. Jesus is speaking directly to you right now. Not tomorrow, not in a few minutes, but right now. There is a secret enemy around you. Someone who hides in plain sight, someone who smiles to your face, but schemes against your peace, your joy, and your progress. You may not see it yet, you may not feel it yet, but the warning is here, and the time to act is now. Do not scroll. Every second you hesitate is a moment the enemy uses to continue working against you. Heaven is aware, and Jesus is ready to intervene. But your attention is required. Your presence matters. Your faith activates protection. Stay with me. This is not fear for fear's sake. This is spiritual urgency. This is a divine alert. Your life, your relationships, your blessings, they are all at stake if this message is ignored. Listen closely. The enemy is he hides behind smiles, kind words, promises that never deliver. Sometimes he even wears the face of a friend, a coworker, a family member you trust deeply. But the truth cannot remain hidden forever. Jesus sees everything. Jesus sees everything. Every hidden plan, every deceitful thought, every attempt to steal your peace is catalogued in heaven. And tonight, before midnight, exposure will come. Yes, before midnight. But here is the catch: if you scroll, if you doubt, if you ignore, the revelation may be delayed. Do you understand the urgency? Now, think for a moment. Who in your life has been unusually cold? Who has smiled but left you with a gut feeling you could not explain? Who has whispered words that seemed harmless but left you unsettled? These are not coincidences. Jesus is calling them out tonight. The hidden enemy will be exposed. And when that happens, you will finally see the truth you have been seeking. But you cannot miss this moment. This is why you are being warned. This is why you are still watching. This is why you need to act spiritually before the revelation comes. Even now, you can feel a shift in the air. A subtle pressure, a change in energy, a stirring in your spirit. That is heaven preparing the way. That is Jesus drawing the enemy into the light. That is divine power aligning for your protection. Do not ignore it. You may feel fear creeping in. That is normal. Fear signals awareness. It signals awareness. It signals that your spirit recognizes deception. But you are not left alone. Jesus is right here guiding, protecting, and commanding the forces of heaven to guard you from harm. You are safe in His presence, but safety requires action. Not passive watching, not scrolling to the next video, not delaying your focus. Your attention strengthens the spiritual shield surrounding you. Right now, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge it. Say it quietly or even in your heart. I am ready. I am ready. I am protected. I am aware. Good. You just began activating the protection that Jesus offers. The enemy relies on your distraction. He relies on your doubt. He relies on your inaction. But if you stay present, if you engage with this message, if you declare your faith, his plans will fail. Yes, they will fail. The enemy cannot withstand the light of Jesus. Every hidden plan, every secret scheme, every act of deception is powerless in the presence of divine truth. And tonight, before midnight, that truth will be revealed. Do you feel the tension in the air? That pressure? That subtle anticipation? That is the countdown, the spiritual countdown to exposure. Do not scroll. Do not doubt. Do not look away. Because this is your moment. The enemy has operated in shadows for too long. The time of hiding is over. The time of revelation has arrived. And heaven is giving you front row access. but only if you remain, only if you focus, only if you act in faith. Type in the comments now, "I'm listening, Jesus protect me." Speak it aloud if you can. Quote, "This is not just a comment. It is a declaration that your heart is awake. It is a spiritual signal that you are aligning with divine protection. It strengthens the shield around you and activates the timing of revelation." Remember, your faith does not only protect you, it also positions you to witness truth. Those who have deceived, those who have hidden darkness, they will not escape. Their plans are being dismantled, piece by piece under the authority of Jesus. This is urgent. He is calling you by name. He is guiding your attention. He is preparing your spirit for what is coming. Tonight, secrets will surface, lies will crumble, betrayal will be exposed, and those who have attempted to harm you will face the light. But you must stay. Do not scroll. Do not drift away. Your focus is your power. Your awareness is your protection. Your engagement is your shield. Jesus sees you. He knows your heart. He is about to act. And your presence ensures that nothing is delayed. Stay alert, stay faithful, stay connected. The countdown has begun. The enemy's exposure is imminent, and your miracle of truth and protection is only a few moments away. The enemy is closer than you think. Not always obvious. Not always loud. Not always wearing a sign that says, "I am against you." Sometimes, he hides behind a smile. Sometimes, behind words that seem kind. Sometimes, even in a face you trust. Yes, someone around you has been hiding deception. Someone you see every day, someone you interact with often. But do not panic. Jesus sees it all. He knows who they are. He knows what they are planning. And tonight, before midnight, the hidden will be revealed. But first, you must understand how the enemy operates. He does not confront you openly. That would be too obvious. He works in silence, in shadows, in whispers. He plants doubt in your mind. He subtly influences situations to create confusion, fear, and delay. He counts on your distraction. If you are too busy, if you are scrolling, if your mind is elsewhere, he strikes when your awareness is low. Do not let that happen tonight. Look closely at your surroundings. Look at the people who interact with you daily. Who seems overly agreeable? Who smiles at your success but doesn't celebrate with you? Who offers advice that leaves you unsettled? These are not coincidences. The enemy is skilled. He blends in. He pretends to be what he is not. Sometimes he acts as a friend, sometimes as a family member, sometimes as a colleague or neighbor. But deception cannot withstand the light of Jesus. He sees through the disguise. He exposes what is hidden. And he is about to do it in your life. The revelation will be swift. It will be unmistakable. And it will shift everything you thought you knew. Stay alert. The enemy thrives on doubt. He feeds on hesitation. He strengthens his position when you second-guess yourself. Do not second-guess tonight. Your awareness activates divine protection. Your focus triggers the timing of revelation. Your faith invites intervention. Even now, you might feel subtle signals around, a conversation that felt off, a gesture that seemed strange, a message that didn't sit right. These are not accidents, they are clues, pieces of a puzzle that Jesus is about to complete for you. And when the puzzle is complete, the enemy will be exposed. Do you feel that tension, that subtle awareness? That is not fear. That is your spirit recognizing danger and being prepared by heaven. Do not ignore it. You are being guided to see clearly. The enemy cannot operate when you are alert, focused, and in alignment with divine guidance. Tonight, the hidden will be visible, and it will not be subtle. The schemes, the plans, the secret actions, they will all be laid bare. But this is where your participation matters most. You must engage, you must say, you must declare your presence and readiness. Type in the comments now, show me the truth, Jesus. Speak it aloud if you can. This declaration signals heaven that your heart is attentive. It strengthens your spiritual shield and aligns your timing with divine revelation. Even as you watch, even as you listen, your focus weakens the enemy's power. Every act of attention, every declaration of faith, every moment you resist scrolling, this is spiritual warfare. This is protection. This is preparation. He is closer than you think. Look at the interactions around you today. The seemingly innocent conversations, the friendly gestures, the advice that didn't sit right, the hidden envy masked as concern. These are signs of the enemy hiding in plain sight. But do not despair. Jesus is with you. He sees the truth. He protects you, and tonight, he will reveal what has been hidden. The enemy's plans are fragile. One moment of divine intervention, one shift of awareness, one declaration of faith, and the enemy's schemes collapse. Do not scroll. Do not look away. Stay focused. Stay alert. Stay connected to Jesus. He is revealing the hidden, and you are about to witness it firsthand. The enemy may try to adjust, to adapt, to continue hiding. But his power is limited. His time is short. And your faith is strong. Be ready. Be watchful. Pay attention to the subtle movements, the small hints, the signs that you may have ignored before. They are all part of the revelation. Do not let doubt interfere. Do not let fear distract you. Jesus is orchestrating everything with precision, and when the hidden enemy is exposed, you will see clearly. You will know who is working for you and who is working against you. You will feel peace replace confusion, light replace darkness, truth replace deception. Do not miss this. Type in the comments, show me the truth. Show me the truth. If you do this now, you are strengthening your protection. You are activating heaven's timing. You are participating in your own spiritual victory. Stay with me. The hidden will be revealed. The enemy cannot escape. And your life will shift dramatically tonight. You shift dramatically tonight. Sometimes the enemy does not announce himself. He blends into your life. He smiles when you succeed. He nods when you speak. He seems supportive. But beneath that surface, there is something dark, something hidden. Do you feel that unease? That voice whispering that something isn't right? Listen to it. Jesus is revealing the hidden signs tonight. The clues have always been there, but now, your awareness is awakening. The enemy's tactics are subtle. He uses manipulation through words. He twists facts. He exaggerates small problems. He sows seeds of doubt where trust once lived. Sometimes it's a delay. Sometimes it's a distraction. Sometimes it's a whisper disguised as advice. And yet, the enemy always underestimates the power of truth. The power of truth. Even the smallest slip, an inconsistency in their words, a hidden agenda that surfaces, a secret revealed, exposes him. Pay attention to the energy around you. Notice the patterns. Does someone always appear helpful when you are vulnerable? Does someone give advice that feels right at first but leaves you unsettled later? These are not coincidences. Jesus wants you to recognize these signs before midnight. He wants you to see clearly. He wants you to protect yourself before the exposure fully arrives. Your awareness strengthens your spiritual shield. Even now, subtle moments in your daily life can be signs. A glance that lingers too long. A sudden change in tone. A compliment that carries hidden criticism. All of these are indicators. Heaven is giving you the opportunity to discern, but only if you stay present. Type in the comments, "I see the signs, Jesus guide me," speak it with faith. This declaration aligns your spirit with protection and activates awareness. Notice how deception often hides behind patterns of kindness, of kindness. It masquerades as concern. It camouflages itself as wisdom. But Jesus sees the truth of every heart. He knows the enemy's plan. And tonight, he will make it visible. Your role is not passive. You must recognize, observe, and claim awareness. Every moment you stay focused, the enemy's power diminishes. Every word you speak in alignment with faith strengthens your shield. Look at your interactions today. The subtle manipulations, the hidden intentions, the times you felt unsure but ignored the feeling. These are all pieces of the puzzle. Heaven is arranging the puzzle tonight. By staying present, you are allowing divine light to expose deception fully. You are participating in your own protection. When the signs become obvious, when the truth surfaces, you will not be shocked or overwhelmed. You will recognize it because your spirit has been prepared. The enemy cannot succeed in the light of divine awareness. Do not underestimate the power of small revelations. Do not dismiss the whispers of intuition. Jesus is calling you to vigilance. The exposure is near, and you, equipped with awareness and faith, will witness it with clarity, calm, and certainty. Stay alert. Stay watchful, stay aligned. The enemy is not invisible tonight. He is being uncovered step by step. And your life will never be the same again. Jesus says, a secret enemy is shaking right now, because their time hiding in the shadows is over. The one who acted like family, the one who smiled in front of you, the one who said they supported you, but behind closed doors, they spoke curses over your name. They never celebrated you. They only tolerated you. They wanted the light God gave you, but they didn't want to honor him. Tonight, heaven will expose them. Not tomorrow, not next week. Before midnight. Your spirit already sensed something. You felt uncomfortable around someone, but you couldn't understand why. That uneasy feeling was discernment from God. The devil tried his best to confuse you, tried to blind you with fake loyalty, tried to make you ignore the warning signs. But Jesus says, enough. You deserve to know who is real and who is pretending. Listen carefully. You will notice a sudden shift in their behavior, a strange reaction when you share good news, an accidental truth slipping out of their mouth, eyes that can no longer hide jealousy. Their mask is tearing. Their intentions are leaking. Jesus is removing every fake relationship, so your blessing won't be corrupted. There are people who clapped when you were at the bottom, but they never expected you to rise again. They ask, how are they still standing? How are they still blessed? How are they still blessed? How are they still chosen? Simple. Jesus stood with you when no one else did. You didn't break. You didn't quit. You didn't surrender. And now, God is preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemies. They laughed at you. They betrayed you. They lied about you. They underestimated you. But now, they will watch God elevate you. No revenge needed. No anger needed. No explanation needed. The truth will speak for you. The favor will defend you. The blessing will silence them. Jesus says, you are entering a new atmosphere, and the ones not assigned to your destiny cannot enter with you. That is why separation hurt so much. That is why people left without warning. That is why relationships changed suddenly. It wasn't rejection. It was protection. It was protection. You cried over what God removed, not realizing He was saving you from what would have destroyed you. Tonight, heaven will reveal every hidden snake. And when the exposure happens, you will finally say, now I understand why God took them away. Stay alert. Stay prayerful, because exposure is only the first part. The blessing phase comes next, and the same people who tried to break you will witness your breakthrough with their own eyes. Comment right now, with Jesus, expose every secret enemy before midnight. Jesus says, your blessing is already released, not waiting for approval, not under review, not delayed anymore. It has your name on it and it is moving toward you even now. You may not see it yet, but the shift has already begun. There was a moment recently when your heart asked silently, God, do you still remember me? Heaven responded immediately, yes, always. The tears you cried didn't disappear into the darkness. They became instructions before God. Every prayer that felt unanswered was actually building your future. You asked for help and angels were dispatched. You asked for guidance and God rearranged your path. Nothing was ignored. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was forgotten. Sometimes the blessing arrives slowly because God is making sure the preparation is complete before the arrival. You are being positioned to receive what you once were not ready for. The blessing you lost before is coming again, but this time it will not slip away. This time it will be permanent. This time it will fit your life perfectly. Jesus says, what you thought was rejection, was actually protection. People who left you were removed, so the blessing would not fall into the wrong hands. You are stepping into a season where the things that once hurt you can no longer touch you. This blessing will restore. What was stolen, what was broken, what was damaged, what was delayed, what was buried, the job you thought was gone forever, is returning as a better opportunity. The love that shattered your heart is being replaced with someone who will cherish every part of your soul. The financial pressure is turning into unexpected provision from places you never imagined. The anxiety that kept you up at night is being replaced by a calm that will feel supernatural. The empty parts of your life will soon be filled with purpose. The quiet seasons where you felt invisible were required, so God could craft you without interruption. Now the curtain is lifting. What you went through was not punishment. It was training. You learned humility, you learned patience, you learned faith, you learned resilience. Those qualities are building a foundation that can now support a bigger future. You prayed for the blessing, but God chose the timing. And His timing is perfect. Listen closely. There are blessings that come to change a day. There are blessings that come to change a life. What is coming to you is the second kind. People will look at you and struggle to understand how everything changed so quickly. They will wonder how you rose from the same place where they expected you to fall. Some will be curious, some will be confused, some will be silent because they never expected your name to be called. But Jesus did. You have been chosen intentionally, specifically, and permanently. Take a moment and breathe. That peace you feel is the first sign. A weight has lifted. A door is unlocking. A path is clearing. Your blessing is close enough that your spirit can sense it. The season of waiting is ending. The season of receiving is beginning. You survived the hardest chapters. Now you will live the most beautiful ones. Jesus is not sending you something that can break again. He is sending you a blessing that will build your future. And no one will be able to take it away. Jesus says your loss was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of a transformation that only heaven could design. You look back at everything that slipped from your hands and wonder why it had to happen. The friendships that faded without explanation. The opportunities that vanished just when you needed them most. The love that walked away while you were still holding on. The dreams that felt so close, and then suddenly disappeared like mist in the morning air. But listen to this carefully. Nothing that was taken from you was a true loss. Some things had to leave you so your true destiny could find you. You were not stripped down to break you. You were cleared so something better could arrive. The enemy thought he was destroying you. But Jesus was rebuilding you. Stronger, wiser, more prepared than ever before. There were nights when you cried because you believed you were empty. You were never empty. You were being made ready. Sometimes life must remove the counterfeit before the authentic blessing can appear. You asked why a certain person hurt you. Why someone you trusted betrayed you. Why someone you invested in abandoned you. The truth is simple. They were not assigned to the next chapter of your purpose. If they remained, they would have limited your growth. If they remained, they would have poisoned your peace. If they remained, they would have weakened your calling. Separation was not rejection. It was protection. Jesus says, I will restore what was stolen. I will replace what was broken. I will multiply what was lost. Nothing taken from your life will return in the same small form. It will come back with increase, stability, and honor. Your finances are recovering, not by chance but by divine alignment. Your heart is healing, not slowly but by supernatural strength rising inside you. Your opportunities are not just reappearing, they are expanding into territories you once feared to even imagine. You thought you were falling behind, but heaven has been accelerating you quietly. Before we go deeper, I want to pause for something important. This message is reaching thousands of hearts because of those who choose to support this mission. But boy's message spread further. You can use super thanks below any time. Every support keeps these messages alive and helps others receive the hope you are receiving right now. Now take a breath and stay with me. Because what comes next is vital to your spiritual breakthrough tonight. You may not notice any visible change yet, but something is stirring in the unseen world. God has been restoring connections you didn't even know were broken. God has been opening doors in rooms you haven't yet entered. God has been preparing people who will treat you with dignity, loyalty, and respect. What you thought was the end was only the middle. The story is turning now, and when restoration comes, it will not come quietly. It will be undeniable. People who once avoided you will want to reconnect. People who dismissed you will try to claim they always believed in you. People who competed with you will have no choice but to witness your rise. But pay attention. You will no longer chase what once ran from you. You will no longer beg to be understood. You will no longer lower yourself to be accepted. You lost nothing essential. You are gaining everything promised. What was taken will return. What was broken will mend. What was delayed will arrive. And what was buried will rise again. Your recovery has already begun. The enemy cannot stop what God has decided. You are stepping into the season where your life looks like the prayers you cry. Jesus says, this time, the blessing will stay. Jesus says there was a battle last night that you didn't see. While your eyes were closed, your spirit was awake. Your heart was crying in silence, but heaven was roaring in your defense. There are moments when your body sleeps, but your soul is still fighting for your future. And that is exactly what happened. As you laid in bed thinking you were simply tired, angelic warfare was taking place around you. There were forces that tried to place fear into your dream. There were dark intentions sent against your peace. There were attacks designed to make you wake up hopeless. But none of them succeeded, not one. Because Jesus sent his warriors to stand guard around you. Archangels stood at every doorway of your home. Wings of fire shielded your room. Light covered your mind. Your soul was defended with a strength greater than anything hell could strategize. If you felt heavy last night, it wasn't weakness. It was spiritual resistance. The enemy saw what is coming next for you and he panicked. He saw doors opening that he can't close. He saw favor rising that he can't block. He saw restoration moving toward you, and he tried to stop it before morning came. You survived because heaven decided you are not done yet. Your story still has victories written in it that must be lived out loud. There's a reason you woke up today even if you woke up tired. Survival itself was a victory. Some of the confusion you felt recently wasn't a lack of clarity. It was the distraction of a spiritual enemy who wanted to drain your focus. Some of the emotional pain that resurfaced wasn't weakness. It was the enemy trying to reopen what Jesus already healed. Some of the random fear you couldn't explain wasn't imagination. It was a spiritual assignment trying to block your confidence. But every attack failed. Every plan collapsed. Every scheme shattered. Because Jesus himself intervened. He did not allow you to slip into the darkness that tried to swallow you. He whispered peace into your chest when anxiety tried to rise like a storm. He breathed strength into your heart when sadness tried to suffocate your hope. You didn't see what happened, but your spirit felt it. That's why you woke up with a strange feeling that something shifted. Because it did. Hell's attempts were crushed. Its strategies were cancelled. Archangel Michael fought for you and won. You may feel like nothing changed, but everything changed. When you survive a night battle, your morning becomes a prophecy. There is a reason people suddenly pull away from you. The darkness attached to them can no longer reach you. There is a reason some conversations don't feel right anymore. Your spirit has leveled up and you cannot go back down. There is a reason old habits feel painful now. You outgrew the cage the enemy tried to keep you in. The crying of your soul was not a breakdown in the dark. It was a breakthrough in the unseen. And tonight marks the continuation of that shift. While others sleep unaware, you are being prepared. Heaven fought for you because heaven has plans for you. The attack came because the blessing has arrived. Every night battle is followed by a day of promotion. And the enemy tried hard yesterday because he knows what is coming for you tomorrow. This is not the end of the fight, but it is the beginning of your victory season. The darkness tried to scare you, but it failed. It tried to silence you. But you are still here. It tried to bury you. But instead you were planted deeper in God's protection. Jesus says, the battle was fierce, but you were never alone. And now a shift has begun that cannot be stopped. You are stepping into the light that the darkness tried to steal. Rest now. Strengthen now. Prepare now. What attacked you last night will fear you tomorrow. A moment is coming, a moment that will change how you see everyone around you. Jesus wants you to look beyond smiles, beyond fake compliments, beyond those who pretend to care. Because sometimes the person who claps the loudest when you win is the same person who secretly hoped you would fail. Tonight, a spiritual curtain is lifting. Jesus says, you are not imagining the strange behavior. The way someone suddenly became distant. The way someone's tone changed when you shared your dream. The way someone gets uncomfortable when God starts blessing you. You felt it in your spirit. You sensed something was off. And heaven wants you to know. Your discernment was not wrong. The secret enemy around you is someone who knows just enough about your life to target your weaknesses. This is why your energy suddenly drops when they enter the room. This is why your peace disappears when they message you. This is why your confidence shakes when they speak over you. They don't hate you because of who you are. They hate you because of what God is doing through you. There is an anointing on your voice. There is a destiny on your name. There is a calling on your life that their jealousy simply cannot handle. But listen carefully. God is not exposing them to shame them. He is exposing them to protect you. You have a mission, a divine assignment, and not every familiar face deserves access to your future. Tonight, truth will rise like light breaking through a locked door. Someone who smiled in your face yet spoke curses behind your back. Someone who pretended to be your friend yet measured every blessing you received as if it should have been theirs. Someone who said, I'm happy for you. But their heart whispered, why not me? That person will slip. They will reveal their true heart through a careless comment, a strange reaction, a sudden attitude change. You will see it, and you won't doubt again. But Jesus says, do not fight them. Do not argue. Do not try to prove anything. Revenge is not your portion. Victory is. When God elevates you, He also separates you. This exposure is not punishment. It is preparation. He is clearing the path so your blessings won't be contaminated by betrayal. Pay attention to your dreams tonight. Pay attention to the conversation that feels slightly uncomfortable. Pay attention to the odd expression someone tries to hide. The Holy Spirit will whisper, that one, distance yourself. It may hurt at first, because sometimes the enemy is someone you wished would stay. A friend. A family member, a close companion. But God is saying, I would rather you feel temporary sadness than permanent destruction. What is coming for you requires pure hearts around you. Not envy, not sabotage, not silent competition. You are stepping into a season of accelerated faith, and everyone who cannot celebrate you will automatically disqualify themselves from standing beside you. Do not fear this exposure. Do not fear losing anyone. Because when God removes, God replaces. With better. With real love. With true support. Take a deep breath. You are safer than you think. You are protected deeper than you know. And Jesus is not letting anyone pretend their way into your destiny anymore. Type this right now. I am ready for God to expose who is not meant for me. For me. So am I. You have survived too much to be surrounded by the wrong people now. Jesus says, every attack they planned against you will backfire before it even reaches you. There is a secret jealousy that someone has been hiding behind polite words. They study your blessings more than they celebrate them. They pretend to care, but their heart reacts differently. Their eyes shift when God favors you. Their expression tightens when you rise. Their voice changes when you speak your dream. This is not coincidence. This is spiritual exposure unfolding. The more God chooses you, the more the masks around you begin to crack. And tonight, a big crack is coming. Someone who counted you out will suddenly see that God has counted you in. And they will not be able to hide their resentment anymore. Jesus says, they tried to block what belonged to you, but they forgot that I am the one who opens doors. They threw doubt into your ears. They tried to poison your confidence. They tried to make you believe you were small. But look at you now, still rising, still breathing. Still chosen. Still anointed. Their words didn't stop you. Their silence didn't break you. Their absence didn't destroy you. Because your protection didn't come from people. It came from heaven. And that is why God is exposing them. Because their jealousy reached a dangerous level. A level that could corrupt your peace, steal your joy, or delay your breakthrough. But God will never allow anyone to delay what He has ordained. Tonight, you will see a reaction that will reveal more truth than words ever could. Maybe they will suddenly distance themselves. Maybe they will slip up and speak too honestly. Maybe they will show irritation when God gives you a new opportunity. Whatever it is, you will not miss the sign. Jesus says, you will no longer carry people who secretly want to see you fall, because He is positioning you for blessings that demand loyal hearts around you. Your name is about to be mentioned in rooms you've never entered. Your story is about to be used as a testimony of divine turnaround. Your future is becoming so bright that darkness can no longer stand beside you. Keep walking in grace. Do not confront. Do not chase. Do not beg for truth. God Himself is exposing. God Himself is removing. God Himself is protecting. And when the reveal happens, you will feel a strange peace, because your spirit already knew. This exposure is not for drama. It is for destiny, a destiny where you rise, uninterrupted, uncontaminated, unbothered, undefeated. Take this moment seriously. The enemy around you has reached their limit. They can no longer pretend. They can no longer hide. They can no longer operate in your shadow. Jesus has stepped into the room, and darkness must reveal itself. Type right now, I trust God to expose any hidden enemy around me. You have come too far to second-guess the protection that surrounds you. Everything you have faced this year was preparation, not punishment. God needed you to learn discernment. He needed you to recognize real loyalty from disguised loyalty. There were people in your life who only clapped when you were quiet, but when God started moving loudly for you, their applause died. You didn't lose friends. You lost undercover threats. And Jesus says, it is better to walk alone in truth than to walk together in deception. This exposure happening now is not just a warning, it's a turning point. Your eyes will open. Your spirit will wake up. Your boundaries will become stronger. Your peace will become unbothered, because God is calling you higher. Higher where gossip cannot reach. Higher where jealousy cannot breathe. Higher where betrayal cannot survive. What's ahead of you demands spiritual maturity. No more ignoring red flags. No more excusing disrespect. No more shrinking to make others comfortable. The next blessing that God is releasing will require a bigger version of you. And that version of you cannot be surrounded by small-minded people. The truth is, some people liked you better when you were struggling. They were more comfortable when you were questioning your worth. They felt safer when you didn't see your own potential. But Jesus has awakened something inside you that cannot be put back to sleep. A fire, a calling, a divine confidence. It will attract the right ones and expose the wrong ones instantly. Pay attention to the energy around you. Pay attention to sudden changes. Pay attention to those who mock your growth, but copy your steps. These are not coincidences. These are indicators. You are entering a supernatural promotion. A season where God rewrites the story. A season where the things they said behind your back will be used to elevate you in front of the world. You are rising, with heaven as your witness. You are protected, with angels on assignment. No plan formed against you will ever succeed, because God has gone ahead of you to make every crooked path straight. He has gone behind you to erase every trace of attack. He stands beside you to shield you from what you cannot see. Tonight is not an ordinary night. This is a spiritual shift, a divine intervention, a moment heaven has been preparing before you even prayed. The hidden enemy will be exposed. The hidden agenda will collapse. The hidden envy will betray itself. Jesus says, stand still. I am revealing everything you need to know. Do not fear what comes to light. Do not fear what walks away. Do not fear what changes. Everything that leaves your life is clearing space for what God is bringing. Hold your head high. Your story is about to shock people who doubted you. Your victory will silence every lie. Your glow will make every hater uncomfortable. And your faith will be the reason you win. Now type right now, I am protected, chosen, and nothing hidden will stay hidden. There is a moment in every spiritual battle where God says, now pay attention. This is the turning point. You are in that moment right now. What has been hidden in the dark is starting to shake. The enemy is losing control. And because of that, it is getting desperate. It is getting desperate. The attacks you faced recently were not random, they were reactions. Reactions to your elevation. Reactions to your calling. Reactions to your breakthrough being closer than ever. The enemy does not fight what is failing. The enemy fights what is rising. You are rising. You may not feel strong every day, but spiritually, you are a threat to darkness. That is why Jesus says you must stay alert tonight. There is a final attempt to distract you, to discourage you, to pull you back into patterns you finally escaped. A message from the past. A sudden invitation. A familiar temptation. A reminder of your old wounds that tries to reopen what God already healed. Be careful who suddenly needs you. Be careful who suddenly apologizes. Be careful who suddenly praises you. Not every I miss you comes from a pure heart. Some want access to the new blessings without earning a place in the new chapter. The enemy uses comfort to destroy progress. And Jesus says there is a decision tonight that decides what tomorrow looks like. Will you answer the old door that God already shut? The old door that God already shut. Or will you wait for the door God Himself is unlocking? Do not rush. Do not settle. Do not allow loneliness to convince you to return where your soul almost died. Your destiny is too important. Your calling is too sacred. Your peace is too precious. Heaven has invested too much in you for you to hand it back to someone who didn't value you. This is your moment to choose alignment over attachment. To choose spiritual growth over emotional comfort. To choose God's plan over your fear. And here is the truth Jesus wants you to remember. Some blessings require distance. Some miracles require separation. Some protection requires removing access. If God is exposing someone, believe what you see. Don't pray for another sign when the truth is already clear. Tonight, the hidden enemy will reveal themselves by their reaction to your boundaries, by their anger when you say a no, by their silence when you succeed, by their energy when you speak about God's plans. Pay attention, their mask will slip, their intentions will leak, their jealousy will expose itself. Don't fight them, don't argue, don't explain. The battle is already won. You just need to walk away when Jesus shows you who they are, because the real blessing is waiting on the other side of that decision. You are not just being protected, you are being positioned. Positioned for restoration. Positioned for abundance. Positioned for relationships that will not betray you. God is not late. He is strategic. He waited until now because he needed you strong enough to let go once the truth appeared. This exposure is not the end of anything. It is the beginning of everything. Your future is too bright to allow darkness to sit at your table. So tonight, stay awake, stay aware, stay aligned, because when midnight passes, your life will not look the same. Now type right now, I will not go back. God is protecting my future. You are standing in the doorway of a completely different life. Not a small change, a complete shift. There were nights you wondered if God forgot you, but every silent moment was preparation. Every tear was counted. Every prayer was recorded. Jesus says this victory is not delayed anymore. You survived things that were meant to destroy your identity. You walked through seasons where you had to pretend you were fine, just to keep going. You smiled while your heart was breaking. You stayed kind while others tried to crush your spirit. That was strength, that was faith, that was proof of your calling. Now heaven is releasing everything that was held back. Your peace is returning with power. Your joy is coming back permanent. Your confidence is rising unshakable. This time, you won't go backwards. This time, you won't settle for less. This time you won't allow anyone to misuse your heart. A new version of you has been born from the battles you survived. You are wiser, more aware, more protected, and God is about to make sure the same people who doubted you see the blessing that is attached to your name. Not for revenge, but for revelation. Some will wonder how you healed so fast. Some will question how you rose so high. Some will regret how they treated you when all you offered was genuine love. That's the beauty of God's justice. It doesn't require you to fight. It doesn't require you to explain. It doesn't require you to prove anything. Heaven handles all of that. Fools in years. Your only job now is to continue forward with obedience. Trust what Jesus is showing you. When someone's energy changes, believe it. When God removes access, respect it. When a door closes hard, don't knock again. The enemy fought you the hardest right before this moment because it knew that once the truth was revealed, it could never manipulate you again. That fear you used to feel, gone. That confusion that weighed on your chest, breaking. Those lies that made you question your worth. Destroy. You are stepping into clarity. You are stepping into authority. You are stepping into the fulfillment of every promise God whispered over you in private. And soon, the world will see publicly what heaven decided privately. Blessings with your name on them. Peace that doesn't disappear. Love that doesn't betray. Relationships that don't drain your soul. Opportunities that don't require you to lose yourself. Your story is about to shift from surviving to thriving. This is the moment Jesus places a shield around your life that cannot be broken. This is where restoration starts to chase you. This is where joy becomes your natural state again. You are protected. You are chosen. You are ready. You are ready. This is not a fresh start. This is a divine continuation of everything God intended before the enemy ever interfered. Stand still for a moment. Breathe. Breathe. It's time firming. It's time. Now type right now, I am stepping into my victory.